Hello and welcome to another episode of Geared Toward Gear. My name is Sean and I'm so glad you're here. Today I'm doing something I never thought that I would be doing on this channel, and that is opening a package that was sent to me by a viewer. Again, totally blown away, never thought this would happen. Little backstory, I did a giveaway a couple weeks ago and I contacted the winner, sent him his package, his name's John, and after doing so, he reached out to me on Facebook and said, I'd like to send you something. And he was very specific with what he was going to send. It was a particular knife that he wanted me to check out, that he thought would maybe change my mind about a particular knife company. And so I was just blown away at the generosity in the first place to want to send me anything. And then when the box arrived, it's much larger and heavier and sounds like there's more in it than just the knife that he referenced in his message to me. And so I received this, I don't know if you can see, on February 8th, and I'm filming this on February 10th. I just haven't had the time and I really wanted to do this on camera, and so I'm not a patient person, so it's been really hard for me to wait 2 days to get this open. So I decided to do it on camera. It was sent to me by John from Indiana, and let's get into it. So today's EDC is the SE Zancudo in Digicam and a nice little stonewash finish. So let's get into this. I'm really excited. So without further ado, and I'll probably move the box out of the way once I get it open, just so we can get an idea of what we got going on here. Let's see here. I know you're not supposed to cut towards yourself, but I'm doing it anyway. All right, so it looks like there's a note. So let me pull this out first. Take a look at this note and make sure it's nothing private here. So basically, I'm not going to show the note, but basically it says, thank you for the giveaway. You sent me a box, so it only seems right to send you one back. Your channel will continue to grow, and I'll continue to watch. Looking forward to the medical videos and more. I enjoy the honest reviews and fresh gear. I hope these few things are useful to you, maybe if not right away, in the future. Thank you, John. And he also made a reference to the Patriots winning the Super Bowl, which I'm very happy about. And it looks like he included some stuff for the wife and kid. So let's get into the box and see what we got here. All right, so first and foremost, I see candy. And I do enjoy candy, although my wife will probably get most of the candy. So kind of off camera, I'm just gonna get some of this stuff out of the box here so we can see what we're working with. Reese's Pieces, can never go wrong with that. The wife will probably end up eating those as well. Cadbury cream eggs, for those of you who don't live in the US, this is one of my guilty pleasures. I am obsessed with Cadbury cream eggs. It looks like this is the caramel version. So I will definitely be eating the Cadbury cream eggs. I love those things, so thank you, John, for that. And then looks like we've got, geez, much more than I expected. He told me he was sending me a knife, and there's a lot more than a knife in here. So, geez, John. Come on, man, you're making me blush over here. And some nice packaging too, like to keep everything protected, so that's awesome. Okay, so let me see if I can get this all in frame here. So we've got some delicious candy. I will probably eat all 4 of these Cadbury cream eggs today. We've got more candy, so I'm just gonna move the candy aside for now because that's gonna get gobbled up very quickly by my family. And I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit and then bring all this stuff back into frame and see what we got going on. Hopefully that's all in frame. Okay, so this knife is what he told me he was sending me. And it's made by Gonzo, it's their Firebird line. I don't have much experience, I own one other Gonzo knife. And he told me that this would change my mind about Gonzo. And it is the FH21 if I'm not mistaken. I'll open that here in a second. So that's what I was expecting in this box, nothing else. So all this other stuff is a complete bonus and a complete surprise to me. Right away, I noticed the Gerber dime. Yes, this is the dime. I have owned one of these. I may still have one, but these are great little inexpensive multi-tools. That's got pliers. It does also have a bottle opener and some other tools. And one thing I really like about the Gerber dime specifically is that generally speaking on these kind of micro multi-tools, you either get pliers or scissors as your main implement. On the Gerber dime, you get pliers, but you also get scissors in the tool as well. So I will use this. Again, I think I have one, and if I can find the one that I have, I may end up doing a giveaway or giving it to my dad or something like that, but really super generous. It's a great tool. I think these go for like $10 to $15 in the US. So if you're looking for a small, kind of lightweight multi-tool, the Gerber dime is a great option. So it's fantastic. That's super generous. Here I see a Leatherman sheath, which is freaking sweet. I'll take this out of the package. I do not have this particular sheath. It's their standard nylon sheath in this tan color, which I think is quite attractive. This will come in handy for sure, whether for a multi-tool or for a magazine pouch or for, you know, some of my, like on my chest rig, I keep some things like knives and radios and stuff like that. So this will definitely get use, absolutely. And these aren't cheap. I don't know how much these go for, but like just for the sheath itself, I want to say they're between like 10 and 20 bucks. And obviously I'm doing this on the fly, so I really have no idea, but this is not just like a cheap $5 throwaway thing. So to include that brand new in the package is incredibly generous. Thank you so much, John. I'll definitely get some use out of that. Then we've got a tin here. And there's nothing on the tin. It's definitely something inside. All right, looks like a few things. Okay, I recognize this. I've never owned one. This is a Swiss tool, I think made by Swisstech. See if I can get up close on that. Is it Swisstech? Yep. So if I remember correctly, these fold down and you've got a little set of pliers, a Phillips, and a kind of flathead driver. And I'm sure there's probably other, looks like a little wire cutter there in the middle where you could put a wire and crimp that, or cut that rather. These have been around for a long time. I've never owned one though. I've seen them and that's pretty sweet. Very small. This would be perfect for like that fifth pocket in a pair of jeans, like your coin pocket or watch pocket. Very, very neat. I've always seen these on Amazon and, you know, it's one of those kind of light duty little tools that you can just toss anywhere and could definitely come in handy. So that is really cool. I've seen these for literally 10 years and have never owned one. So that is very cool. Thank you so much, John, for that. Looks like we got a lanyard here. And I've made a few lanyards in my time, probably a good few dozen, and they all look like crap compared to this. This is really well done. It looks like kind of a digicam, multicam. It looks like he used three different paracord, 550 cord. So we've got black, we've got this kind of green, and then more of a desert color, and even a sweet little skull bead on the end. I've never even done anything with beads, so that is freaking awesome. I will definitely find something to put that on. That is really well done. If you made this, cheers to you, because this is really well done. If this was something you bought, still very generous, but if you made this, that's really, really good work. We've got a little kind of cleaning cloth pouch here, and inside we have a Gerber Curve. I am not familiar with this. I don't know that I've ever heard of this. So it is a tiny, you know, compare it to my finger, a tiny little multi-tool with a built-in carabiner, which is nice. Looks like that's also doubling as a bottle opener. It appears as though the tool's lock. I think that's a lock. So what do we have here? We've got a blade, and it does lock. And this, I imagined, okay, so that disengages the lock. So we've got a blade. Man, there's a lot of stuff on here. There's looks like 4 tools. So let's see if I can do this without cutting myself. So the other 4 tools are a flathead, a Phillips, and a smaller flathead. And do those lock? Yes. So it looks like each individual tool locks. If I can figure out how to unlock it. Let's see. Okay, so just like this, I just pulled down on it. So this is really cool. I could see this being a nice, keychain tool, or again, kind of fifth pocket tool, kind of like the Swiss tool, but something that I've never seen before. And that surprises me because I follow Gerber pretty closely. I don't know if this is a new offering or something that's been discontinued, but it appears to be the Gerber, you can see the logo right there, model Curve. Very neat. Bottle opener, carabiner, knife, and a few different drivers. So, and that's pretty sharp, so I doubt this has seen much use. That is really cool. Again, something I have no experience with. So thank you so much, John, for that. And it looks like, oh, this is cool. So this is a handcuff key. And I've seen these before. Okay, there's a little note back here that says the 2 small ferrocerium rods can be used on lanyards, 550 cord pulls, keychains, bracelets, etc. So it looks like we've got, this is really neat, John. I'm kind of overwhelmed, to be honest with you. Let me clean up the frame here a little bit. This is becoming overwhelming to me. So we've got 2 ferrocerium rods, and they've got holes in them, as you can see. So the idea with these is that you could put this on a keychain, on a lanyard, on a zipper pull, anywhere that you want access to a fire starting capability. So there's 2 of those, and then a very tiny, if I can get a close up on this in focus, a very tiny discrete handcuff key. And it looks like it has a little clip on it. It's kind of hard to show because it's so small, and I'll have to look at the packaging later to figure out. Yeah, so it looks like it's just made to, it says easy to attach, so it looks like it's made to just clip onto something. And it's a universal key attached to your person in an easy to reach location, such as near a belt loop. When needed, detach carefully. So this would be essentially kind of an EDC. It's made in the USA, so that's cool. And again, that's TIHK, the perfect handcuff key for everyday carry, if you're interested in this. So it's just a tiny little handcuff key that says is universal. And I've got some handcuffs that belong to my father when he was a county sheriff, so I'll definitely test this, but it's something you would just clip somewhere indiscreet and have a little handcuff key, just in case you have a bad day. So very cool. So a handcuff key and 2 tiny ferrocerium rods. Got the 2 little multi-tools, the really sweet lanyard, this nice stout heavy-duty MOLLE compatible Leatherman sheath, the Gerber dime, all the candy, and then lastly, and again, the kind of the reason for this is that he had mentioned Gonzo knives, or Ganzo, and this particular one is a Firebird. And let me know in the comments, I do not know if Firebird is just what they're going by now, or if it's like a different line. Like, is this their nicer line, or is this their budget line? I'm not honestly sure, but I do plan on doing a full review of this because he did tell me he was going to send this. And I did a little bit of research on it, but I just don't know much about the company in general. So there's the box, just a plastic box. Comes with a pouch / cleaning cloth, which is pretty nice at the price point that these come in at, which I think is around $35. I don't know if, okay, so I was gonna say, I didn't know if John included this, but it must be sharp because Gonzo / Firebird includes a Band-Aid in the box. So either they think their customers are prone to self-inflicted wounds, or their knives are just really sharp. Either way, it's to me that's funny, and I think that's hilarious. They include a single Band-Aid, maybe for the first time you open it and cut yourself. So this knife is the model FH21, and I'll go ahead and flip it open for the first time. Okay, so holy crap. Okay, so that action's incredible, first and foremost, without any wrist flick. That flies out. I understand that these run on bearings, so it kind of drops shut. Okay, so I can already tell you I'm gonna like this knife, and I will do a full review on this particular knife. It comes in 3 colors, green, black, and they call this blue. It's really more of a gray, in my opinion, or at least the way my eyes pick it up. It's a gray blue. But with the research I've done on this knife, again, knowing that this was coming, I know that it's made of D2 steel. On the back here, if we can get that in focus for you guys, see D2, made by Ganzo. It's a Firebird knife, and it's the model FH21. I did a little research on this knife, and I do know that several people have done independent testing on the steel, and it is in fact genuine D2. That blade shape is speaking to me right now. Love the blade shape. Comes nice and lubricated from the factory. I'm gonna do a full review, so I don't want to go too into it, but perfectly centered, as you can see there. That action though is ridiculous, actually. Really ridiculous, in a good way. I freaking like this thing. Granted, I've had it in my hand for all of like a minute, and so I will carry this, you know, put it through the paces, do my due diligence, and do a full review. There may be things that I find I don't like about it. Already I can tell that and just from opening it a couple times, accessing that liner lock is super easy. And it's got a deep carry pocket clip, kind of loop over design. I'm digging it, John. I think you may have converted me, or at least shown me that companies like Ganzo or Firebird have come a long way, because the one that I do own is not fantastic. Let's put it that way. I have one that I bought years ago, but I'll talk about that more in the review. So thank you so much for the knife that I was expecting. All this other fantastic stuff, the 2 multi-tools, actually 3 multi-tools, the lanyard, the pouch, the ferrocerium rods, the handcuff key, the candy, which I'm gonna eat immediately after I'm done filming this video. I just can't thank you enough. That's so generous of you to send anything, let alone this much stuff. And in case you're wondering, and I'll talk about this in the review, I think these go for about $30, maybe $35 for the Ganzo Firebird model FH21. But I will do a full review. I'll carry this exclusively for at least probably 4 days before I do a full review. I have a giant cardboard box that I got. I ordered dog food recently and it came in a huge box. I need to break that down, so I'll probably use this and just cut that thing into a million pieces and see how it holds up. But again, John, thank you so much. This is beyond generous. I never in a million years thought I would get a package from a viewer, and I just can't express my gratitude enough. Thank you so much. Thank you guys all for watching. I will leave links to all of these items in the description below if you're interested. I think I can find most of these on Amazon. The Gerber Curve I'm not sure about, but definitely the Leatherman pouch, the Swiss Tech tool, the Gerber Dime, and the Firebird knife. I can definitely find links and put those in the description if you are interested. So thank you so much, John. I don't know what to say. So I just shouldn't say anything else. I think I've said enough. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, John, for your tremendous generosity, and I'll talk to you guys soon.